A lot of photographers are posting on social media every week, but very few are actually turning content into consistent inquiries. Today's episode isn't about trends or hacks at all. It's about what happens when you use social media to actually show your process, educate your clients, and let your work speak before you even get on that sales call.
We're diving into how TikTok became a daily inquiry driver, why showcasing venues and timelines builds instant credibility, how showing galleries with one shooter versus two shooters changes how clients understand the value, and how social media can do the educating before the inquiry ever hits your inbox. This episode is for photographers and filmmakers who want fewer convincing conversations and more confident, ready to book clients.
Today, we're joined by Jonathan Schussler, a wedding photographer and filmmaker based in Germany. Jonathan believes that storytelling should feel really effortless and real, and that philosophy shows up not only in his work, but in how he markets his business. He photographed everything from luxury weddings in Italy to the German president, and his content has reached over 1 million people organically. More importantly, his content has translated into real results, consistent inquiries, educated clients, and a business built around trust before the first call ever happened. So, Jonathan, welcome to the podcast. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited as well.
For anyone who doesn't really know you yet, can you give us a short version of your journey?
Yeah, so I shot my first wedding in 2017, but that was just on the side. And I started taking photography way more seriously 2019, came full-time 2020, worked both in an agency and also in my wedding business, and left the agency a while later, got like my own marketing thing going. And then social media was always a part of what I did in the agency as well. So mid 2020, obviously everyone in lockdown, I really started trying to build up my social media platforms as well. Didn't really know what to do. And then in 2020, I started like building different content types that I'm partly still doing today. I transferred to multiple different platforms, and that ended up working out really well for me.
Amazing. So we hopped on a call prior to this, but you were mentioning that you just kind of re-uploaded all of your old content, and then that's just been really working out for you too.
Yeah. So I made this concept that is, I think, more prominent in America as well, which is showcasing different venues. I know there's like 2 different DJs that do it here, but they didn't have like the video capabilities that I did, and they didn't really know much about social media as well. I produced those videos to get more clients in the local area that I was in. There was 5 main venues that I wanted to every other weekend because it felt nice just driving there on the day, coming home, sleeping at home, see my wife at night. So I showcased those venues. They got me a few inquiries every year just from YouTube. Then when I moved cities, I did loads of more videos of the same kind, focused on making them more TikTok and Instagram compatible, a bit shorter, having different points, making them splittable so that from one YouTube video, I can make 2 to 3 different TikToks, having different hooks for the same venue. I cut those videos down, repurposed them, put them on Instagram, managed to get some cross postings with the venues, and then also repurposed them on TikTok last year, which was insane because the same videos that I already had got like, I think at this point, 1.5 or 1.6 million views just last year.
That's
and
wild.
just those videos. And one video got, I think it's like 400,000. And it's one of the biggest venues in Germany. And for this year, I have like 7 bookings from that video alone. And then I think like 50 odd inquiries just from that video. They ended up putting it in their reply mail to every couple, the YouTube video. So the YouTube video is also going really well. They have like 8 different venues, and I ended up doing videos for each of those venues, and they're about to implement them into their websites as well. So something that I produced like 2 years ago is getting me inquiry after inquiry after inquiry and booking after booking. I'm really focusing right now on just getting the videos of venues that I really, really want to do more of. I just re-uploaded 6 of those videos last week because TikTok doesn't really punish you for reposting the same stuff. And I got at least 1 inquiry every day from TikToks that I just uploaded last week, which didn't get the same amount of views. I think they got like 40,000 last week or something, but it still got me a few bookings.
That's incredible. Do you feel like there's like a a TikTok system to how you're editing your videos at all? Because every platform is really different.
I
We're
have
all
not
different.
really consumed too many TikToks in my life, to be honest. I only just when Instagram started really declining end of last year, that I started scrolling on TikTok a little bit. But main focus is always on delivering something that has huge value to clients in their stage in this moment. What this is for me is I want not to show off the whole venue. Obviously, like everyone's heard of hooks, the first 3 seconds to be something that gives them all the answers that they're looking for right now. Usually, I tried a few different hooks. One was imagine your wedding to feel like Tuscany, but you don't have to travel. That worked okay-ish. I prefer just going straight for naming the venue, the city that it's close to. You want your wedding near Frankfurt to feel like this. You should consider this venue. And then I keep showing off steps throughout the day. So I'll be like, first, you'll get ready in this suite. Then you'll go down the stairs. So they get rehooked every 3 to 4 seconds. Loads of more people talked about. It's not news, I think. But so they feel like they're getting the steps throughout the wedding day shown and how it would feel in this venue. And that's, I think, what makes them save. More saves definitely is what drives virality after all. And saves are what gets them to book you. On Instagram, it was different. I feel like you should get the followers and then make stories to convert. On TikTok, you need to be on their like mood board, whatever they're saving for their wedding.
And then do you keep the videos to like less than a minute, or is it 30 seconds around there?
Yeah, less than a minute. I'm not sure why. I have an artlist account and the music that I use, I have the licenses for, but TikTok keeps banning them if they're more than a minute, even though I have the license. So I make them less than a minute. But I make them like part 1, 2, and 3. So usually I aim to make the video about like 2 minutes 15 and then make like 3 45-second cuts out of it.
What was that moment like when you had your first video blow up?
It was a bit crazy. I messaged the venue because they didn't have TikTok and they were like, oh, we realized we got loads of inquiries and we had people saying they came from TikTok and we didn't know how because we don't have TikTok. I think it was like, at this point I made 20 videos. So it was loads of work that went into it. And I felt like finally.
Hmm.
That was crazy. I think the day before I had like 30 followers. I went up to like maybe 1,000. My page where it shows you like this person followed you, this person saved it to their favorites. It was literally just like, I couldn't even press anything. It's just refreshing. And I was like, this feels a bit weird, but I was really hoping that it would end up showing results, which it did in the end, but obviously it didn't in the first like few seconds.
Did you like just hop onto TikTok and then just start uploading those videos, or like did you have to upload for about like 2 months or so consistently?
Like the first video gets boosted so much because the
Yeah.
algorithm really wants to figure out what group you're serving. So if you have something that's really performing well on Instagram organically and you feel like, oh, maybe I'll try TikTok, post that really good piece that another platform has like validated, because that might make you blow up. Then at the same time, most people on TikTok, they don't follow ever, but they get shown your content. So you have on TikTok, you don't really have followers. You have more like a shadow following. They see a different video of you every day. You should keep posting every day because they will get shown your stuff if they're still interested. So if you have like an idea where your couples are in their like planning phase, how you can deliver something for them every day in that phase, they will see your face every day and then end up booking you in the end.
Amazing.
That's so smart. We have in our notes that you got 150 inquiries last year. Does that sound right?
150 through socials, I would say.
Yeah.
I got like 400 or something.
It's crazy. That's incredible.
Yeah. So this in last week, I probably had, it's obviously like good weeks because people are like, oh no, we're getting married this year, or oh no, we're getting married next year. But yeah, I probably got like 20 this and last week.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So
Like-
obviously you say no to a lot of them, right?
Yeah. It's definitely changed how I perceive inquiries. Obviously, some are not qualified. They don't have the money, or travel distance between the weddings on the Friday and Saturday are too too big. Others, I'm really working on right now making a system that's filtering those out before I need to get on the phone, because I really want to give like a really good user journey for my couples. So whenever they inquire me, they come instantly into like a booking call form. Usually I talk to them within like 48 hours. Right now I have so many calls that I'm thinking about only making 2 days available a week so that I can actually get some work done as well, because that's what I'm struggling with right now. Just as I said before, like just coming into this call, I had 2 video calls and then 4 like first calls today. I'm right now working on like a brief, something that they will get sent to when they inquire me. They make like their phone call so that I know this is the time that we hear back from him. Then we're on the phone. Usually I figure out in the first 5 minutes if they have the budget and also if their like vision aligns with what I offer. I'll make like a 10-minute presentation about what I'm offering. If that works out, we go into a separate video call. I can call them on their lunch break, just after they got off work, whatever, like a very short phone call. Then the video call is like more serious and leads usually to the contract. But I'm really trying to like make sure that people that I get on the phone with already know like what my pricing is and what I'm offering, if they have the time to read through all of that. Obviously, luxury clients, they don't have the time and they don't really want to take the time. They just want to have someone who's taking care of them well. I have my prices pretty buried in my website. So if people really want to find out, they can, but otherwise they wouldn't.
I see. Yeah, I was just going to ask that. I was like, do you list your prices on your website? Because we always get that question with a lot of like photographers and filmmakers too. Do you suggest it at all, or you're like, nah, not really?
And I definitely know some clients that bounce if they don't find it, even though they're searching for a long time, because they don't want to waste time on a call. That's what loads of people tell me. Even if they didn't find it on the website, they're like, oh, we're so happy. We've sat in video calls twice for an hour and still didn't get a price. And they just feel annoyed that they have to take so much time before knowing the price. You should be kind of open about your pricing, but not so open that it feels like they can always know everything about you instantly.
Mm-hmm.
But they shouldn't feel like they're wasting time on you.
Yeah. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
I'm pretty sure I've talked to loads of photographers. I'm pretty sure it makes statistically no difference if you do or not. So it's a little bit about preference.
Yes, we tell people to do like starting at, and then so that way people can kind of get an idea, but they don't have an exact price.
I've seen that work as well. Every single version. I've had very open prices just above my contact form when I had too many inquiries in my old town and I didn't have time because I wanted to do other projects. But then I moved and I realized, okay, I need every inquiry that I can get. And now I think I find like a different, more sophisticated way for myself, at least.
Yeah. And you're tapping into the luxury market too. I feel like luxury clients don't really care too much about the pricing at all.
They sometimes say they have a budget, but actually it doesn't matter.
You say that also on YouTube as well, doing a lot of venue guides. Did you find that really helped you with your business too?
Oh, yeah. So that's the main start that I did. That's what I produced them for. I think YouTube is really great if you can get them off TikTok, because on my YouTube channel, I really focused on building a hub where if they want to see the full video, they can jump off TikTok to YouTube, which everyone hates. Everyone hates jumping off the platform.
Yeah.
But as soon as they do, they're just surrounded by my content and they have playlists for different areas of different venues from different areas and also different styles. And I'm really planning on making like some comparison videos as well. But for that, I need enough venues from like each of the different areas. But it feels like similar to, again, people to come to your website and not being overwhelmed with all the different content from other people. You really want them to focus on who you are and what you're offering. And I feel like that's what YouTube is also possible to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we tell clients all the time, you need to start making like venue guides or like venue blogs, venue YouTube videos, because that's like the first line of contact that someone's booking for. They're always looking for the venue first. So it's amazing that you're kind of taking this strategy and creating videos and around that.
Yeah, I felt like venue blogs are a bit overused, in my opinion. You don't really have a chance to rank for them at all. But since I have in the title of the venue blogs, I have venue XYZ, including video or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what my SEO metadata is, but I think that got me like 10 jumps up in the rankings or something.
Gosh, that's incredible.
So if you include like any media, like pictures and videos, that makes your blog also insanely much better.
So, one thing that you do to stand out is showing galleries with one shooter versus two shooters. How has that changed the way that clients understand your value?
I really wanted to focus on showing that they're not missing too much if it's just me. Sometimes in the beginning, when I said I'm doing photo and video at the same time, people were like, he can't do that. Or at least one of those has to be, I'm not trying to swear. But yeah, not great. So I was like, okay, how can I show that I can give some excellent work that's probably better than some of the photo video duos, which are like a bit more rare in Germany, I would say. And locally, sometimes they don't deliver the best work, not trying to like look down on them. Sometimes I had couples being like, hey, you do both, but we can get both with two people for less money than what you're offering. And I wanted to show them, hey, this is me doing both alone. This is me with my colleague doing both and with two people. I know we can do some better work when we're two people, but if you compare this to whatever someone else is offering, if you can see a difference, that's fine, take them. But I'm pretty sure I'm worth the money that you're paying both of those. I really try to differentiate myself that way, showing off that you're not really missing anything, because the timing, I know it's really tight, but the moments for the photo and the video are usually different. If you know what you're looking for, you can switch on time, but
Is
you
there
need to have
usually,
some experience.
yeah, is there usually a cap? Like, say there's going to be like 200 people at a wedding. Are you like, I got this by myself? Or
Oh,
you're
no,
like,
no,
is there a
no,
certain
no.
number?
I
Like
would
a number?
definitely advise them to get a second shooter, but if they can't afford it, they can still book me alone.
I see, I see.
But I'll be like, hey, there's tons of people. I won't get all the moments. But you probably won't get all the moments with two people as well. So if you still want to book me, the vibes fit in, then I can do it.
That's so interesting. In Germany, the couple hires the second shooter.
No. No, in that case, I have an option to book a second shooter.
Okay.
It's a different package.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I made it at the time. I was focusing on getting more increase to just do me alone. I'm thinking about going back to mainly trying to book couples that want me and my colleague, because I work with him loads of times. I think I shot like 30 weddings with him, but I really wanted to focus on getting this like alone stuff going. He's going to be working for me from May on, so I might need to rebrand a little bit. Because he's amazing. He's probably the better shooter than I am, but he's not great at marketing. So we'll see where this is heading.
Good things ahead. Good things ahead, John.
Yeah. So at the time, I made the second shooter prices insanely high. So just to, yeah,
Well, you need to.
block down the couples.
If a photographer wants to start incorporating photo and video into their packages, like what advice would you give them?
Yeah. So really try to focus on getting different shots and building a storyline that's a bit more diverse. That's like the first thing photographers need to learn, especially the ones that are shooting most pictures on their like 50 mil or 85 mil. They need to get in some wides. They need to get in some drone shots, and that for every different setting. For the video, it feels very unnatural to go from portrait to portrait to portrait to portrait. Whereas in a gallery, you would get away with it at some point. You could have some wide shots in the beginning and then loads of portraits, then some other stuff. But you can still do it on the same camera most of the time if you're using system cameras. You come to the ceremony, you will need to get a wide shot, medium shot. I need to get some details. Then I go into the story. For photo, you could just wing it. Video is a little bit more planned. By a little, I mean a lot. Then you're going to the next setting. So you probably need another wide shot of people leaving the ceremony, a drone shot, another wide shot of wherever the cocktail hour is happening, a detail. Then you can go into like speeches or whatever. Really important to have those transition shots. They are way more important in video. Try getting some like highlight reels, like a minute or something, shooting them at your normal photography wedding and delivering them as a freebie. You can try. If it doesn't work out and it looks bad, then delete it and you can try again. But learn some stuff. Learn how to do log footage, learn how to use DaVinci. Don't go the CapCut way if you really want to take it more seriously. No, CapCut's easy and fun and intuitive. But if you want the good product in the end, learn on the proper software as well, and then just work your way up. And audio.
And
Audio is a
Oh,
whole
yeah, tell us
different
about that.
field. Audio is a whole different field. Get a backup of the audio and a backup of the backup of the audio. That's the main thing.
gosh, there's so many different things to it. Like I'm like overwhelmed when you're explaining. I'm like, holy. But
That's what it feels like in the beginning. But yeah, the technical part is way bigger. If you're a photographer already and you have probably a better composition of the image already than most videographers do, that's way more important in photo, but you need to learn all the technical stuff. I know it's a lot, but it's worth it. It will be fun in the end.
you're never bored, I'm assuming too. Like
Oh,
it's
no, never.
if a photographer wanted to start using social media the way that you do, what's the first type of video that they should make this month?
It really depends on what date you want to book. If you say, well, I still have like 3 different weekends in September that I want booked, ask other couples that you have booked for September, being like, hey, where are you in your planning process and how could I help you in that? And then whatever they reply, make a video about that.
Whoa. Okay. He's
Because
thinking
they
differently.
are in a similar planning stage than the couple in September. When I didn't have any bookings for June this year, I started making your 12th month before your wedding, and this is what you should do right now. And it got me bookings for that time.
That's incredible.
Oh
See,
my
okay.
gosh.
Amazing.
You're brilliant.
Thank you.
That's actually brilliant. But
That
that's
is
just like
probably
a
the most hidden thing that I've ever done.
lot.
Thank you for spilling the tea. Seriously.
That's thinking outside of the box. And we always say photographers are like, oh, like maybe I'm not good enough. But like a lot of it is, are you confident enough to know your shit, essentially? You're like, this is what you do, how you do it. People trust you. You're building that trust brand factor that people should be building on Instagram. So good on you. That's incredible.
Thank you.
So, what's the biggest mistake you see photographers making when they try to grow on TikTok or Instagram?
Focusing too much on any like trends. I know they can get some views because they like hit the right timing, whatever. If you go for trends, always make sure that you're one of the first on the trend. Don't do trends that are basically outdated for weeks now, but you really need to build something that helps couples. Don't try to think from your perspective. Really try to think the couple that I want to attract right now, what are they thinking about? What are they worried about? What are they excited about? I know everyone says this, but building that avatar of the couple that you're interested in right now, I know that can change every year, every half a year, especially if you're like just starting out. You might not even know what couples you're looking for. Try to make an avatar, build it as close enough as possible, like name, age, where they live, what they're interested in, and think, okay, if I'm getting married in a year, maybe you could even like try to fake plan a wedding. Say, okay, this is the next steps. These are the people that you need to ask for that. Building around your own stuff is a big mistake because no one cares about the product as much as you do. No one cares about all the technical stuff behind your camera or how you're editing the video. It can look impressive and some people will be like, oh wow, he knows his stuff. But it's not really what the couples actually like care about or what the couples want.
What couples want?
Yeah.
That was good. That was real good. And if you had to summarize your social strategy in one sentence, what would it be?
Helping couples out.
Yeah, I think that's the theme here. You're
Yeah.
really just kind of understanding your clientele and coming up with content that will actually help them. It's very evergreen as well, too. Like you're
Yeah.
not focusing on those trends. You're just like, here, I'm here to help you. This is what I know.
Yeah, I literally reposted a video yesterday. The video that I did before I moved here must have been 3 years ago. I shot that video and I reposted it on TikTok yesterday and I got 6,500 likes. No, views, 200 saves today.
Wow.
Um, That's probably the definition of evergreen, right?
Are you fully taking luxury clients? What's a percentage of luxury clients, would you say? And like, what does luxury actually mean to you?
Yeah, that's a tough question. What does a luxury actually mean? Yeah, I'm not only taking luxury clients, 100% not. I really like sleeping at home, seeing my wife, not having to travel every weekend. So I'm also taking some, they're not cheap clients, but they would be like entry level luxury, I guess. For me, luxury is more, they really have a vision for what their day should feel like, look like, and they have the money to make that happen. It doesn't have to be like a 20,000 euro budget, whatever. This can just mean we want you as a photographer because you're the person that we want at our wedding. And we want a short video because that's what we want. Price is not important. It doesn't have to be extremely expensive. They just put emotion and the day over money. That's a luxury client to me.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't always just take them. Some days I book people just because they want to book me for the day. If it's like a Thursday in September
Yeah.
and
Why not?
it's close to me, might as well. If they have the money to book me and they're not extremely creeping me out, and I think I put myself on the internet enough that I barely get inquiries where I feel like they would annoy me from the first moment. Obviously, there are some clients that still annoy you afterwards,
Yeah.
but you couldn't see it beforehand.
We call them red flags.
Oh yeah. I've had some red flags. I feel like I have like 1 to 2 red flags every year.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. There's so many people in the world. We have so many different personalities. That's bound to happen.
Yeah.
We talked about it on our podcast last week that there's a trend in the US where couples are wanting more of a luxury experience, but they're not able to quite afford like the entire thing. So what they're
Mm.
doing is they're making like selective cuts on certain things and then spending more on others, like very intentionally. Are you
Oh, yeah,
seeing this in Europe
that's
too?
something that I definitely advise every couple anyways. Like when they're asking me like, "Hey, this is like something important to me," or if they're asking for any advice, I'll be like, "Focus on 2 to 3 things. Make sure that you fulfill everything that you want of those things. This might be decorations, might be the venue, photography, music, whatever. Don't budget on those. Find something that fits you and then budget on the rest, because that way you get what you really wanted to. Obviously, it's cool if clients can just like put money in everything.
It's not realistic.
Yeah.
The wedding planning trends for this week, which we're recording this on January 21st. While the themes appearing this week may look similar to mid January, the intent behind them has actually shifted. Most newly engaged couples are no longer in discovery mode. They're reinforcing decisions. That means that the timing matters. Roughly 40 to 45% of annual engagements occur between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day, and January 15th through the 31st is consistently when couples finalize guest count ranges, shortlist vendors, and begin reaching out seriously. This places late January inside the decision window, not the inspiration phase.
So earlier in the month, couples were saving vendors. This week, the behavior is like shifting. Couples are going back to the same 2 or 3 vendors and rereading everything. Going through all their TikTok saves or going through all their website bookmarks, FAQs, captions, blog posts. They're not adding much new. They're just really validating if this is the right person for me. Marketing behavior studies across industries show that FAQ pages and educational blog content can increase conversion rates up to 30%. Couples tend to spend about 2 to 3 times longer on pages that really clearly explain the process, expectations, timelines, and decision guidelines. So this aligns to what we see at this stage. The goal is no longer inspiration, it's more of that reassurance. John, do you have like an FAQ page on your website?
I do have FAQs at the bottom of my page,
Yeah, that's good.
and I just filmed a video on Monday showing off like the whole process, and I'll have like a brochure that will come out to couples that are interested, and that will join my forces in a few weeks' time.
I love that. Yeah, the FAQs are really, really important, especially for when we find that we're looking for visibility through ChatGPT.
Yes.
ChatGPT is always pulling FAQs from people's websites as well. So that's really important to put on.
And not even ChatGPT. even, I'm not sure if you've seen this as well, but your website, if you have FAQs on your website, I had to change my FAQs at some point because it would pull infos from my FAQ and put this as like the meta description on Google.
Oh,
So instead of what I put in there, it would take parts of my FAQ.
Really?
Yeah, it does that. It doesn't, Google doesn't care about what you put in your meta description anymore. It just pulls stuff from your website that it thinks performs better.
That's crazy. I have not seen that before too, but I guess
Google
if that's
yourself.
performing better. Yeah.
this week, the emotional tone of decision making also changed from do we like them to can we trust them? Questions earlier on in the month, do we like their work? Do they match our vibe? And then now this week, the questions that are being asked AI are starting to shift to will this be stressful? Will they guide us? Are we going to regret this decision? Couples are less concerned with aesthetics right now, just alone, and more focused on whether a vendor will help them navigate the process confidently and avoid crucial mistakes.
It's interesting that you have like different modes for different time periods. It's new to me and I like it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like we all kind of have this like herding mentality. Have you heard of that?
No?
It's where a group of people tend to think the same way around the
Oh.
same time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
typically around like holidays, a lot of people get engaged because it's a special time of the year and families are already together. And then
Mhm.
after that, they'll start going through the processes independently, but doing the same thing.
I'm not sure if it's the same with you guys, but I can definitely see it like end of August, like a typical time when people come back from holiday, where I feel like lots of people here get engaged on their holiday. So they get back from holiday and it's the same few steps. So I get probably like mid-August to beginning of September, I get loads of followers. And then the first 2-3 weeks of September, I get loads of inquiries, which
Interesting.
seems to be like pretty similar to what you just described.
Yeah. That's bang on.
So do you like structure your content then based on what you're seeing?
To be honest, end of August, beginning of September, I'm in survival mode. I'm really um I have 10 weddings this year in August and I really hope to have content prepared for this. That's why I just got 2 new editors. So, yeah.
Good idea. You're prepared yourself. It's gonna be a busy one.
It's gonna be a busy one,
How
but it's
many
gonna be
weddings
cool.
do you, how many weddings do you have scheduled for this year?
At this point, I think 26, yeah.
And you said
That's
you wanna cap it off at, like, 28, right? Like, max?
maybe 30. Let's see.
Maybe 30? Yeah.
Depends
We'll see how
on, I'm definitely not taking any more in August and July. I can definitely take some like end of September, maybe beginning of October. I could take one more in May. So yeah, we'll see. Depends on what inquiries come in.
Next marketing report is that AI and search usage is becoming a little bit more specific. And Google reports a 20 to 30% year over year increase in more of those like longer tail searches related to weddings. So earlier in the month, couples are asking for best wedding photographer in Germany or in Chicago. But now they're asking more long tail ones that are like, what question should I ask before booking a photographer? Or is a planner worth it for a 70-person wedding? What's the difference between a full planning and a partial wedding? How much should we budget for a 75-person wedding? So this is not trend chasing behavior at all. It's more of this decision reinforcement. So additionally, recent reporting from Honey Fund indicates that approximately 1 in 4 couples now use AI for wedding or honeymoon planning tasks. That includes like budgeting, itinerary creation, decor visualization, travel comparisons. So these tools are being used to really confirm choices and not just generate ideas. That one's interesting as well. AI is just, it's changing the way people market.
100%. Yeah. In general, like even some of the questions that you listed that were like earlier on, I feel like they are, even if they're not using AI, but Google themselves, it will trigger those AI overviews, which end up in not clicking anywhere. People are just realizing that actually building for bottom of the funnel. So not answering questions, but more like showcasing like, oh, let me make an example. So if you are talking to ChatGPT or like Gemini, the LLM is building a query that it will put into Bing and Google. So it's asking, okay, I want to plan my wedding. What do I need to do 12 months before? And it will ask you some questions and you'll answer those. And maybe building your website, not I am a photographer in Heidelberg, but more I am a photographer for couples that want laid back, chill aesthetics that are timeless, but still classy in some ways, making sure. So in your FAQs that we just talked about, having something like the wedding that I would be the perfect photographer for, then listing off loads of different things where you imagine this is the perfect wedding that I want to work at, because maybe someone's putting all this into Gemini or ChatGPT, being like, this is the wedding I want, and I'm looking for a photographer for this, and Gemini will find this.
About all of that, yeah. It's pulling from your website, all the videos, TikTok, YouTube, everything.
Yeah.
So incredible. Next is the broader pattern. So late January is not typically a period for anything that's like rapid trend change at all when it comes to weddings. It just functions more of that consolidation phase. They're moving away from inspiration more towards that confidence and aesthetics towards trust. So if you take anything from this episode, focus on your ideal clients and give them all the information for them to feel safe to book with you.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today, Jonathan. We had so much fun with you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was exciting.
Aw. And if somebody wants to find you, where can they find you?
Basically anywhere at this point. Just Jonathan Schussler everywhere. I know it's tough to pronounce for people that are not German and also type. So hopefully you find me if you want to look for it. If you have any questions, if I said anything dumb, hit me up as well. And yeah,
We'll make sure to add all of your tags in the notes. And again, yeah, thank you. You have a wealth of knowledge. I think a lot of people took away from this episode. So thank you again so much.
I hope so. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you, everyone, for watching this episode. We wanted to start this for a long time. So if you enjoyed this, please like, share, and follow, and share it with another wedding vendor who could benefit from Jonathan's wealth of knowledge. We'll see you next week.